All right, I'm here with Ralphie and Carissa. How old are you guys?
I'm 32. She's 29.
29.
Are you guys homeless?
Yeah, currently right now, yeah. Yeah, right now, we're just trying to get back on our feet. We need to get a job, We're residents, U.S. residents, and we just right now.
It's been hard.
Yeah, just to get a copy of our license and our ID and stuff. That's
Even
really
though
what
we're
we need.
residents. Even though we're residents, it's still hard for us because,
Yeah, that's what we've been working on, really, being out here on the streets,
How long have you guys been homeless?
For about a couple months now, maybe like 2 to 3 months.
And how did you guys end up like that?
Just being rebellious towards, our families.
Parents.
Yeah, our parents, my mom and her mom.
Not only that, my mom lost her house due to not being able to financially afford it.
They really didn't want us together because, our drug use and stuff, so they don't like to see us together because they know when we're together, we're going to use, more than likely. So every time we're together, they're like, well, you guys are like, kryptonite for each other, toxic for each other because, you guys are using. And if you guys were separate, maybe you guys would be able to do a lot better if you guys were separate. And I'm like, well, why am I going to leave her just because we kind of feel like that shouldn't
Nobody's
be.
perfect.
Yeah, we shouldn't separate because they say, we want to be with each other. We're happy, we're in love,
Yeah, but respect.
Because we've been together for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We understand and respect rules and everything, but,
And where did you guys meet each other? Out here in the streets?
Yeah, I met her on 59th Avenue in
I was
Glendale.
already out here before he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was out here a few months prior to him being out here.
Yeah.
So you've been out here in the streets longer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years.
What about substance abuse problems? Do you guys have any substance abuse problems?
Yeah, right now, blues like perk 30s and meth right now. Those are the two things we mainly use,
Well, we don't go crazy on business, it's a little bit of a habit, and then
Yeah, we use,
just
but
to chill,
but we're not using to hurt people, and you know what I mean. We don't cause any trouble for people, We just use, brother. You know what I mean. That's all it really is. We're not out here to hurt nobody. Let younger youth know, oh, that's the cool thing. We just do it because we feel like, that's what we do for our scapegoat. To just kind of free our minds. It's not to get in nobody's way or.
It's not the way to do it, but it's just the way
we live. Yeah.
That's how we overcome our emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the right way to do it, but it's how we cope with it.
So how did the addiction start for you guys? Do you remember who introduced you to the blues?
Well, yeah, because I was using heroin before, and then when I stopped using heroin, my partner from my neighborhood, he introduced me to blues, and he was like, "Hey man, try these out, cause these are like an alternative." So I tried them before I met her, because when I met her about a year and a half ago, she wasn't even really using at all. She was just using a little bit of meth in her, yeah. Meth, G, same thing, but she would use that every here and there. And then, within the first month, she seen that I was using them, and she just kind of
I started liking them, and then ever since then, I've been using them.
Yeah, so for about a year and a half.
We don't use them to overdo it.
What would you say is the most addictive substance? Is it the G,
the blues,
or the H?
The blues more.
The blues.
Yeah, it's more harder to kick because it's just more harder to go cold turkey than it is meth or anything else. Meth, I think meth, weed, a lot of other things you can go cold turkey a lot more easier.
We use the G to calm down the high of the 30s.
Yeah, the fentanyl, the 30s.
And sometimes, I don't know how that H works, but yeah, when I smoke, I use a little bit of G to level out the high.
Yeah, so that way, we won't hit so hard when we're coming down on blues. That's why we even use meth. We shouldn't, you know what I mean? But that's an alternative when we don't have blues.
Yeah. Have you guys ever tried professional help to try to get off of the blues?
I have, but I'm not sure if
I really haven't. I did it by myself. I kicked it for a month, and just went back to it just because I honestly, to be honest, just because I wanted to.
Yeah. But me, you know what I mean? When I went to rehab, I went to Copper Springs on 103rd in McDowell.
Yeah.
And that worked out pretty good, brother. It's just that when I got out, this was maybe a month, I would say, before I met her. When I got out, it was hard being single and like getting out and staying sober. You know, it wasn't like I met her and was like started using again. I already had started using before I met her.
Did you stay clean for a certain period, or did you just go straight back onto the blue?
No, I didn't go back to nothing at all. It was just the first 2 weeks. I had been with my ex for about 7 years, you know, close to 8 years. And when I got out for, what was it, like 10 to 20 days, I got out and I stayed clean for about 20, 25 days. When I got out, she said she didn't want me back no more, and it was just hard sitting there. After a week or so. Yeah.
He didn't know how to cope with his emotions, so he turned to it.
Yeah, and then when I met her, it was kind of a good thing, because you know it was one thing that made me happy other than drugs, you know. So that's what, you know, I think I fell in love with her, you know, because it was a good feeling, you know.
Yeah.
To meet her and be like, dang, it's something.
Basically, it's kind of like recreational, kind of like. I mean, you know, it's recreational anyways, but still, you know, just a.
So do both of you guys have your family members out here? Do you guys have family out here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, correct.
Do they know about your current situation?
Yeah.
What do they think about that?
They don't agree with it, but, you know, there's nothing, you know, they can really do. They just wish us the best. They help us out with food every here and there, you know, and clothes and stuff like that. But, you know, that's all they really can do.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. They take care of our children.
They would wish we wouldn't do it, but... You know, it's like we're grown. You know, they're like, we can only tell you, you know, how to do it, not what to do.
Well, as long as we're safe, we're not hurting anybody, we're not stealing from anybody. You know,
we feel it's not a problem. You know what I mean? And a lot of other people think the same. You know?
Yeah. And when you guys are out here, what do you guys do to survive?
It depends, man. Like we panhandle sometimes. I mean, from the stores. Sometimes we boost. You know what I mean? From the stores. You know what I mean? Which is, you know, theft, you know, like small theft, but, you know.
We're hungry.
Yeah, that's usually that, or like just.
But mostly we panhandle for the food, for the money to get food or something. You know?
Just to get high, straight up. Yeah, that's what we do it for.
Where do you guys sleep at night? Like, where do you guys go?
We usually have like our blankets and stuff set up. Like we'll go hide them somewhere. You know what I mean? With our stack of clothes, and we'll just bag it all up. And we'll cover it. We'll either sometimes put it in a shopping cart and we'll put it all in it and cover it with a blanket and then just set it somewhere, hide it, you know, somewhere wherever we can go back to it later in the day. You know what I mean? And then go back.
Somewhere in a water tunnel.
Yeah.
Do you guys get bothered by the police a lot out here?
Yeah, bro. That's the
Lately,
thing.
yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like they don't have no right doing that sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, but a lot of people, that's what I was telling her, they don't know their rights. You know what I mean? You're high and you're walking down the street. It's not right for a cop to just say, hey, what's your name? Pull over. Let me see your ID. For what? Oh, because you look like
sometimes they're discriminating.
A suspicious person, or you look like a person that was in a description they gave me on the call. And you know it's a lie, but they try to play trickery on you so that way they can you know, win it, so they can see what's on you. They can say, okay, well, let me run your background. You know, you got any weapons on you, stuff like that. And they just start busting you down from there, you know what I mean? So they know what they're doing. They know it, you know what I mean? And I think that's wrong. Because, you mean, if you're going to do that, it's like, come on now, you're trying to bring us down. Why don't you pull us over to say, hey, you want some water? I got a jug of water in the back, you know what I mean? And help people out, you know what I mean?
That's something to eat.
You know, why can't they keep an ice chest and some water in the back? That's it. That's not even what? $1 or $2.
But it should be nice.
I mean, because it's hot out here in Arizona, you mean? Straight up, you know?
So for the younger generation, if they're thinking about doing blues or doing any kind of pills, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them no, bro. Like, you mean just to not mess around with it.
Try to stay off of it.
Yeah, because, you know what I mean? It's not the lifestyle you want to live, you know what I mean? But, you know, all I can say is it's like, you know.
It's not the answer.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot more things out here, a lot more things. You know what I mean? But us, like, I'm 32, her being 29, we grew up in, like, with the old school, you know what I mean? With the OGs. And that's what we grew up in. We just straight grew up in it, you know what I mean? We didn't, it's not like we fell in love with it. We grew up in that lifestyle, I mean, especially being Chicano, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of our, you know, elders, tias, they were getting high, smoking weed or drinking or doing crack cocaine or something, you know what I mean? So we kind of grew up in that lifestyle in a sense.
All right, man. So if one of your family members gets to see this interview, what would you like to tell them?
Oh,
We love you, Mom. Aiden.
I love you, and you know, I love my kids. You mean to death. You know, my 2 boys, my 2 girls, and her
My
son. Yeah, you know, we love them. You know, with all of our hearts. You know, we don't.
We're always
We don't.
thinking of you guys. We love you.
Yeah, we don't mean to bring any type of negativity towards you guys' life, but we love you guys to death. It might change our thought process on our choices, but it might change our heart, bro. We love them to death. We do love our families. You know.
All right, man. Are you guys okay with me using this on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, brother. Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right. Thank you for the interview. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Yeah, no problem at all, brother.
Have a good one. Thank you.